live stream. Go over to YouTube Studio and make sure the chat is on. I'm unclear whether this is working or not, and I really am sorry about that, you guys. As you might guess, it pisses me off. And so now I need to verify this, and now I need to do yada, 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 yada. Look at that. It looks like I have a live stream on YouTube with one person watching, and there's Mariano, and it's working. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you coming by and letting us know that I'm technically competent. Okay. All right. So good. Hey, I'm in. Hey, Dave. What's going on? Dave, cool. Listen to you. Look at that. Self-proclaimed, cool, man. Yeah. That's pretty awesome. I dig that.
I am live in YouTube and Facebook.
It should be, actually. It should be live everywhere. Thank you, Chris, and thank you guys for coming and then leaving and then coming back. But more importantly, thank you for letting me know that I'm broken.
Yeah, it's live now.
Oh, what does Jam say? Watching from Sukarat Paranaque. Is that, like, do you know where that is?
Sukat Paranaque.
Paranaque, where's that?
It's in Manila. It's part in Manila.
In Manila. So how do you know Jam?
Oh my God, she's my friend. She's the one who stays with me. Hi.
Oh,
Ding.
hey, cool.
Hi, Ding.
Thank
Hi.
you. Thank you for keeping Gracie safe.
She's the one who's always with me. She's the one I call.
Yeah.
Just one call away.
Did she stay with you for the full 3 weeks?
Yes.
Wow. Right on, Jam. Honey.
You're gonna meet her soon. I guess I'm not sure if you met her already, but I guess not.
I would have only met people in Hamandan, right?
Yeah,
I could have met someone in Boracay, but I don't believe we met any of your friends in Boracay.
No, when we were in New Year, when that eating banana thing, she's not there. I guess because it was raining.
And then the next year, she wasn't down in town?
I'm not sure. Maybe she was, but I'm not sure about.
How long were we there that time when we went to the house, like right after the flood?
3-4 days, yeah.
3-4 days. And then where did we go from there? Do you remember?
We went to Bohol.
Ah, yeah, that's right. Okay, right. Awesome. Very cool. Mike is in the house. All right. Good to see you, man. I'm so glad you guys came by,
Mike,
this second time. Again, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. And that, yeah, me too. I'm definitely ready for another Bangkok Strange episode. But good to see you. Thank you so much for coming by, Stuck. I love you, dude. You're so awesome that you come by regularly.
Can you grab
what do you need? Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
The phone holder. There we go. So, as I mentioned, what does it say? Good morning. Kuya Mike. What does that mean? Like brother, friend?
Hello, Kuya. Kuya Mike is
Kuya?
Older brother.
Older brother. Okay. So there's like Tito.
Kuya. Yeah.
Tito Mike and Kuya Mike.
Yeah. I miss you too.
Magandang umaga.
Yes, it's good morning.
Mm-hmm. So what we're going to talk about today, amidst my imperfection at the beginning here, I know that Joe's here. So actually, I say hi to Joe without even Joe having to say hello to me. So Mariano, also, thank you very much. I'm going back to comments that actually existed before this actual live stream started. So 3:30 in the morning over in Germany. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate you all the time. And ladies and gentlemen, MedTech, who we have to thank or blame, possibly, for the topic that Gracie and I are going to get. Let me get a little closer to you, honey. Let me sit right on this bar. This is like one of the world's least comfortable couches, right? And now wait, hold on. Dave Cool. Is Dave Cool Dave K? I can't remember.
Okay.
My buddy from Hingham, basically.
Oh, okay.
Potentially, but I'm not sure. Let's see what we got here. Now the picture on YouTube is like 56K modem, but sound is awesome. Well, as you know, my priority is sound. But let me refresh YouTube on my end, Dr. Germany, and see what the quality is. Oh my God, yeah, it's horrendous, huh?
Why?
What's it? Oh no! I refreshed it. Yes, it was pixelated, Mariano, but then I refreshed it and it was fine. So it should be. Mine is at auto, and auto it says it's 720. So anyway. Let me not chew up a whole bunch of unnecessary, and I'll go back here. So, with any luck, we're good to go here. The topic that MedTech sent me or put a comment in one of the YouTube videos about. And thank you very much, by the way, dude. I really appreciate it. Look at he's always awesome about this. And just so first of all, let me just say that I genuinely appreciate that. And I believe I did my absolute best to acknowledge you guys when you do anything. So I have that cute little thing that like rings a bell if anyone likes super chats, which again, not necessary. But the point is that Dave, okay, cool. Not okay, got it, cool. Yeah. Okay, I remember. Sorry.
We're talking about the marriage, like an embassy.
But so we were talking about trying to get the paperwork to try and get more paperwork to try and get married.
Yeah, I was like really like hoping that we can get married on Friday, but
yeah, potentially. And it's funny, right? Because like I'll go on
oh my God,
Gotta Love Thailand, and they'll be like, oh, when's the big day, Mike? When's the big day, right? And of course that's very common in the United States. Like, have you guys set a date, right? Isn't that sort of the common question? And yeah, I think the date is 2021. Now, you reflect back on a conversation we had in the car right before we went to that was in shitty zoo in Langkawi. And you said that I said to you, and I'm not saying I didn't, I just forget everything, that we were going to get married when?
When you're 52.
When I was 52, so that was...
Yeah.
It was last year.
It's supposed to be last year.
Yeah, well, don't forget, you left me before I turned 53. You left.
I'm here.
No, you left before my birthday on March 23rd, remember? You left, what was it, March?
No, I left
18th or something.
No, March 14th.
March 14th, right. So 2 weeks basically before my birthday.
Yeah, actually I left like March 13th.
So I was more than ready to get married when I was 52, but no.
Liar.
So anyway, so I'm 53. That's not too bad. Hey, don't forget, like my goal was to get over here and live in Thailand permanently. What? Hopefully you guys got that. We certainly heard it. I don't know if you guys hear it, actually. I don't know if you guys hear it, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Marianne.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. You're really cool. I'm honored. €5, dude. That's like, I think with the conversion rate, that's like $11,000. So that's pretty good.
Hello, Day.
Who do we got going on here?
Hugs to your Sua. No, I mean, it's my friend that she's in Korea right now. So,
how did she chat with you?
No, I just said that she's watching. And in the she's not doing. She didn't comment, but it's you can see who's watching, like in here in the feed.
Oh, right. Oh, so that's one thing that it doesn't tell us. It does tell us the chats from Facebook and YouTube and all that, but it doesn't tell us the watchers. No, that would be kind of cool, actually.
Here, I can see.
You can see the watchers.
Yeah, I can see the watchers.
Well, that's kind of neat. No, that's cool. That's an additional. That's kind of bummed that it doesn't yank that out of the API. But anyway.
Yeah.
Grace Stuck says he makes you miss. You make him miss the Philippines.
What, miss the Philippines?
Mm-hmm. Makes me miss the Philippines, and I didn't think that was possible. Yeah, well, I mean, look at dude. There's some really awesome places. I mean, where we met, let's face it, Boracay is pretty awesome.
Yeah, sometimes I really miss Boracay. I really miss the beach. I really, just like walking around.
Mm-hmm. Now, the last time you were there, I mean, what was open? Like 10% of the stuff? 20?
Maybe 20%.
20%. And was it nice? Was it like, oh my God, I got the beach to myself? Or was it boring? So for you, it was boring. For me,
it's boring, but for you, you're gonna love it.
It would be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Although, you know what would bum me out? There probably wouldn't be any meetings. Remember how I used to walk up to...
Maybe not, yeah.
Yeah, probably any meetings.
I guess that's, that area, that resort where you go for your meeting is closed.
Yeah, what's that place? The TP there?
No.
We both know what we mean. That up there, Station 1, right?
I know, yeah, it's in Station 1, but I forgot the name of that.
I forgot the name. It was there for a while though. But anyway, Mariano, thank you very much. That's really cool. We're going to.
Thank you, Mariano.
And
thank you, cousin, for watching Meijin Floor.
Undocumented feature.
What?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the watcher thing is it's an undocumented feature. Yeah, sure. You trying to stay in Thailand? Well. The short answer is yes. There's not a whole lot of trying that's necessary to stay in Thailand. We basically just wake up one more day and do it. What we did have to do, and it was a gross miscalculation for me financially, extending Gracie's visa for another 60 days because of COVID, right? There's an additional 60 days they'll give you, even on a TR visa where they normally only extended 30 days. And I paid an attorney to do it, and he way overcharged us. And she had your visa, she had your passport for probably 2 weeks in total. Yeah. And so that was very disappointing. The communication was not excellent. And quite frankly, for 21,000 baht to get a 60-day extension, I expect an enormous amount of communication. I expect pizza on my doorstep along with a foot massage for 21,000 baht to get a, because I mean, think about it, dude. So that's like, how much is that? 30,000 baht's $1,000. So 21,000 baht's like $700.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Now, to get a 10-year visa where you can stay in the United States for 6 months, that costs $350. To stay in Thailand for 2 weeks, it cost us $700.
That's how much I paid.
I mean, that's how much you pay. It's the amount of things we had to do, right, to get the silly visa is friggin' ridiculous. But the point is that cash out of pocket.
And at least it's good for 10 years.
It's good for 10 years. You know what the 10-year visa costs in Thailand? 700,000 baht. 600,000 baht. It's fucking ridiculous. No, I'm sorry. That's a 5-year visa. A 10-year visa is a ridiculous amount. It's stupid.
That's a lot.
So anyway, so we are.
That's my second cousin. This.
Meijin?
Yeah.
And she's watching from
Altabas, Aklan.
Where's that? What part of Aklan? Is that southern?
It's kind of boundary of Aklan and Hamindan.
Oh, okay. So we get to the Philippine embassy. We give them the paperwork that we think we're going to get back in. Like, I was thinking to myself, okay, we'll get this back after lunch. She walks out. 10 days, 10 working days. So July, no, hold on, June 21st. June 21st, we'll get this paperwork back.
Yeah, and then you know, when she asked me about the ID picture, she doesn't say about like it's 2x2 or 1x1. And then when we go back, I was like sitting there and waiting for my turn. I was just thinking, what if she would ask for 1x1?
Wrong.
We did it. Yeah. But I said, okay, so let's do this and let's do this and then wait. And then it's just like, it surprised me when he said like, okay, you can come back after 10 working days. And I said like, what?
10 working days. The thing that I think is just frustrating is the fact that like the paperwork that you needed to get. So you know how like you guys get something notarized, right? So there's like a stamp that the notary has, and then they sign it. And then because of who they are and how trustworthy they are based on the government sort of relationship they have, the amount of money they pay every year to be a notary, then it's approved. Okay. Now, if you get something apostilled in the United States, they will actually stamp something as well as attach something.
Yes.
In the Philippines, they have this like gold rivet that they attach to both pieces of paper.
Yes,
and then there's a special sticker on the back. Yeah. So you cannot, or if you do detach them, then obviously it's void.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not valid.
Yeah.
So she gets, and so she's supposed to get one of those to basically say, look, this birth certificate is absolutely the birth certificate. This is when she was born.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, we're not going to do this every day. Let's get a couple of them.
Yeah.
So then you get those. And I can't imagine any other, how much more official can you get than that, right? I mean, that's absolutely trustworthy, certainly by the government of the Philippines.
Yeah, the reason why I don't understand, you know, that they need 10 more working days, it's because I have my Sinumar.
Right, which says she's not married and can get married.
So, the apostille, the Sinumar is the certificate of no marriage. It means that I'm single and never been married in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought that they asked about the apostille. It's because they need to verify that I never been married. So I thought that if we have the paper and give it to the Philippine embassy here, so I thought I can get the marriage license right away.
Yeah.
I don't understand about 10 working days.
I don't. You had to get your Sinumar apostilled.
Yes.
And then we recently had to get your birth certificate apostilled.
So, yeah.
Now, to give you an idea of how long that took, you had to go to an office in Manila, right? And then they didn't even give it to you then. They DHL'd it to your hotel in Manila. How many days later?
Actually,
3-4 days later?
Actually, if you're going to go back and pick it up, it's 3 working days.
Okay, so it would have been minimum 3 working days.
3 working days.
You had to send to you, so it was like 5 or something.
Yeah, so it took like, and then it adds like 2 more or 3 more days.
Okay. And so that's her Sinumar, basically. She's not married. And then there is your birth certificate that had we done it or had we been able to do it, there was no COVID, and had the office been open on our initial appointment for Marlon, I would have gotten here a month earlier. But the point is that took 3 or 4 working days, and then of course the amount of time it would have taken to DHL it back over here.
Yeah, because they close 1 month.
Now, to be fair, you could have gotten both of those documents on the same day and received them the same amount of 3 to 4 or 5 working days later. Okay, fine.
I just forgot.
Well, you didn't necessarily forget. It's just like you thought, okay, well, I'm going to need a Cinemar, and I'm going to need the guy did tell us what we needed, but regardless, anyway, so everyone makes mistakes. But the point is that this could have been done, let's say for the sake of argument, 5 working days. For me to get the document I need to be able to get married in Thailand, I made an appointment, to be fair, at the U.S. Embassy. And just so you know, I've had this document since March 9th. I went in. The only reason it took more than 15 minutes is when I went up to the guy and he stamped everything and gave it to me and says, okay, now go pay, and then I'll give them to you. I said, oh, I left my wallet at the front, where you leave like your phone and everything, and like, the metal detectors and everything. So the only reason it was delayed getting me that document is I needed to go all the way back to the front. I needed to get my stuff back, and then I needed to go back through the metal detectors, and then I needed to come back in. And then I gave them my, credit card. And of course, however long does it take to swipe a credit card? So maybe from the time I left my condo to the time I got back with that paperwork, less than 2 hours, right? But the point is, to get the paper, it took me minutes. The amount of paperwork that she needs to be able to get married is just, it seems ridiculous. Although, to be fair, like if we were in the United States, I believe we'd need a blood test. Yeah, to prove that you're not like my sister. Oh. That's basic, yeah. And so other than that, as far as I know, I mean, I don't know what it takes to get married in the United States. I've never done it. But so anyway, so that's where we sit. So we now have basically 2 weeks of waiting till we get the paper that ideally we will get that afternoon. I guess we didn't really ask him how long it would take, huh?
For what?
To get the paper. It's like, is he going to give it to us in 15 minutes? Or like, in other words, when we go back on Monday, do we just walk in and we get it at that moment?
Of course, we just gonna get the guard there before we enter that office. They were gonna give me the number. Then I would wait for my number to be called.
Okay, and then they give us everything we need for $850. Okay, so like basically, let's say for the sake of argument, an hour after we get there, we have what we need. Is our assumption. So then what we're going to do is we're going to walk down the street, probably like half a block, have it translated. Translation takes basically a day. However, then he needs to send it to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and it needs to get approved by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs here in Thailand. That takes 3 to 5 working days. So we believe that there's a possibility that we could actually grab Dana and Jib and go to the Ampur that Friday of the week of the 21st. So what are we going to do in the interim, and why are we here talking about Met text requests about places to go for like 3 to 4 days as a couple? Because we're like, okay, well, we got to go do something. Because now your passport's good for 2 months, basically.
Yeah, until too late.
And we have 2 weeks to do nothing except wait until they're going to go to the embassy.
Yeah, or else we'll be stressed.
I'm
like stressed.
I'm more bored, really, right?
Bored,
yeah. So anyway, so what we did was we were doing something we were going to do a while ago, which is rent a car.
Yeah.
And so that will be delivered today at 11:45, only because I just like picked the number. And I've discovered in Thailand, never have anything like occur, like never to make an appointment for 12 for things, because sometimes they think that's midnight. Sometimes it doesn't really anyway, so 11:45 a.m. They're going to deliver a car. And the neat thing about it is that, again, it's COVID, right? So like, you've seen plenty of videos on YouTube, I'm sure, of like, guys like Paddy Doyle cruising all over the place, But the point is that plenty of... Oh, no, I got to fix this. I got to get new microphone cable coming. But everything's on sale, okay? So, like, for example, the hotel that we're staying at tonight that I booked it for like 1,000 baht, it's normally 4,700. And so the rental car we got for an entire... Actually, I was going to rent a car for 2 weeks. And it's actually 700 baht cheaper for me to rent it for a whole month. So we got this car for a whole month, unlimited mileage. It's like a Nissan Almera, which is basically it's just a 4-door sedan over here, and unlimited mileage, and it's got 100% insurance, meaning that there's 0 deductible, and it covers like tires and glass and everything. I do that over here because I'm used to having that in the United States. But of course, in the United States, it's covered by my insurance that I already have, which is like State Farm, or it's covered by my credit cards or that sort of thing. So I'm a non-deductible guy. I don't do having deductible. I don't like to be distracted by the cost of potentially spending something. If I feel like damaging this car, I'm going to. And what did I say? Did I say meters? And so we have this car. So what we're going to do is I basically like looked on Google Maps and just looked southwest of Bangkok. So we're going to drive down, and where we lived the first 6 weeks that we lived in Thailand was Cha Am. So we're going to head down towards Cha Am. But tonight, I don't know if Dana and Jib are watching, but if you pay attention to Jib's posts, one of the posts she did recently and tagged Dana in was, I think it's like, the 10 coolest coffee shops, the 20 coolest coffee shops in Bangkok that nobody knows about, right? And to be fair, this is not like, a block away. This is a coffee shop that's going to take us about an hour to get to, but it's like side streets and everything. And then it's like this, well, we'll show it to you, of course, but it's this area. It's called, it begins with a P, but I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, it's like right on this lake. So that'll be really cool. So by like 1 o'clock, maybe we'll be having coffee / lunch at this place. Yeah. So that'll be our first stop. And then the other place that we're going to go and where we're going to stay tonight is what I refer to as the closest sand to Bangkok. Like I looked on Google Maps and, moved it up. And this is so because there's water, obviously. I mean, you can just go directly south from downtown Bangkok, effectively, downtown, whatever you refer that. And there's water, right? There's concrete, and then there's rocks, and then there's mud, and then but this is actual sand. This is an actual sandy beach.
It's not the one that like when we drove last time. There's no really like beach. It's mud.
No, yeah, that was mud. Yeah, that was just like south of here, basically.
It stinks.
Yeah, and it stinks. It was low tide too. It's good. Yeah. So anyway, so this is an actual beach. I believe it's called like Lam Loang Beach or something like that. And there was some, how there's like Thai characters on Google Maps. Copy and paste that, throw it into translate. I believe it translated to first sand. I believe it was the translation. I don't have my notebook with me. I should have brought that over. But anyway, so we're going to go there, and then we're going to stay at a place there tonight. Catch the sunset, basically, southwest of Bangkok for the first night. And if we were to leave here and drive straight, through the back roads and everything, it would be like 2 hours and 15 minutes. And that's going probably about, 50 to 60 kilometers an hour. So there you go. Metric system. So anyway, so that's what we're going to do tonight. So to that point, I think to really answer MetTech's question best, the best like 3 to 4 day trips, definitely in the tourist areas. Okay. So we went, one of the thumbnail picture that was of us on this video was us in Phuket. Now, Phuket is a great place for 3 to 4 days for a couple because, you go down there, you rent a motorbike. We stayed initially in Kamala. And then we stayed just south of...
Kamala. I always heard that from Rob.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's where he lives. Well, he doesn't live there right now.
Welcome to Kamala.
Welcome to Kamala. And so we then stayed basically near Karon Beach, between Karon and Patong Beach, in the location where we took that photo, which is Secret Cliff? What was the name of the resort we stayed at?
Secret Cliff, yeah.
Secret Cliff, yeah. Resort and restaurant and stuff. And so that was pretty cool. And that's a great 3 to 4 day. Let's see what MedTech says here. I don't recall ever being requested to present my birth certificate. In fact, my parents still have the certificate. I never had it in my possession. Yeah, so I did not need to present my birth certificate. Gracie did. I needed to basically present my passport and a copy of my passport, which they also then stamped and embossed as an official copy. But basically, I filled out a piece of paper, or I, typed in a PDF, right, and then I printed it and brought it there. And effectively, it's me saying I have never been married, and I can get married. And then the guy literally asked me to raise my right hand, right, and so that's just, that's what, and then therefore they say, okay, well, I believe you believe this if you tell me you are doing this, and then that becomes the official document. So yeah, from the U.S. perspective, it's certainly outside. We don't need a birth certificate, and I believe you're correct. I don't believe you need a birth certificate inside the U.S., but we got to do that blood I think we got to do that blood test thing. And again, it's per state, so who knows? Massachusetts may be different. And then so we're gonna go do that. I don't know where we're gonna end up. Really, I mean, I think we're just gonna drive south until we like somewhere. Like, I kind of want to be in on Wednesday night.
Wednesday.
Because the market. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's not awesome, but it's pretty good. It's a pretty decent market. And when I was down, when's the last time I was in Cham? It was before you got here, so probably
you went.
Maybe January or February of this year. I can't remember, but anyway, I was down there and stayed for like 3 or 4 nights. And in fact, it's funny because the second place we're going to go to is one of the beaches that I drove to on the motorbike from Cham.
Yeah,
so it's not that far, right? But I'm really excited to have a car because motorbikes are cool, but man, after like 30 minutes,
sorry.
Yeah. Do you get hurt, or not get hurt, but are you in any degree of pain when you and I ride the motorbike for 20, 30, 40 minutes?
Not really, but of course I get tired with my legs. Because it's big motorbike.
Well, yeah, 125, 150. How big is yours?
Small.
It's 125.
Small.
Your motorbike at home. The Yamaha. What is it called? The purple one?
The purple one is Mio.
Mio, yeah.
It's small, and I'm always the one who's driving, so my legs was like that.
Oh, and yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, right. You're not okay. Well, so anyway, so that's going to be cool. She's going to be my co-pilot up top.
Co-pilot. No, I am the one who's gonna hold the camera for our live stream.
So that's the other thing too. So we're gonna try and live stream as much of this road trip as possible.
Yeah.
I have the GoPro 9, and I actually just got a new SIM. Not that really matters, but before the SIM I had in my phone was unreliable. So I got a brand new one, and that's in there. And I have never been anywhere in Thailand where I couldn't at least get 3G. So I'm confident we can get 4G driving the whole time. We're going to be on back roads, so it's like the speed won't be an issue. Oh, look, a little truck. And so I'm going to try and tether to the phone with my GoPro 9. So the GoPro 9 will be mounted probably I'll suction cup it to the windshield, and then we'll show that. But then we can also turn it around. Mm-hmm. I'm going to need you to pay attention to the chat if we're going to be live streaming, because I probably shouldn't do that while I'm driving.
No need to chat.
we'll just stream. There'll be none of this two-way communication nonsense with the listeners.
Mm-hmm. I would be eating, I guess. Yeah,
you'll be eating. Yeah, shocker. That's going to be good. We're going to need to. So that's the other thing too, is that you'll be happy to know that I've planned 2-hour drives maximum, so we'll be able to eat.
Yeah, I know.
Along the way, because I can drive 8 hours. I have to. The only time I usually stop, when I was by myself driving, was when I had to use the restroom. Other than that,
eating chocolate bars, Snickers.
No, yeah, I would, sure, but I would not even do that. I didn't bother.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. So this will be good. We'll stop to eat. Mm-hmm. So that'll be fun. Actually, let me get my notebook so I can talk a little bit more about these locations in case you guys care where they are. So hold on. You get to talk to people.
I'm just thinking of what should I eat?
What you should eat? How weird.
Because I'm always hungry, Dada. Hello, Jin Giselle. Where are you? Thank you, Joe. Joe is always saying hi to my
Joe's awesome.
Commented on our live, yeah. She's watching from Pasay.
Ah, very nice.
Thanks.
So I wanted to just give you guys a couple. So in reference to what Jib had mentioned, the list of all the coffee shops, Pulse is the name of the first coffee shop we're stopping at.
I'm going to go and get some food.
Okay, do it.
Food before I starve.
Before you fade away? Fair enough. So Pulse Coffee Shop, Pulse. And it's in an area called Bang Khun Thian, Thian, Bang Khun Thian. So that's where we're going to stop, the first stop. And then after that is an area called Don Hoi Lot, Donhoilot. Obviously, these are just the, phonetical representation in the English characters of the correct spelling, which of course is Thai. Okay. So then, and that beach I was talking about, Plai Lam Luang, I believe is how you say it. And what Google Translate gave me of the Thai characters that was in Google Maps was first sand beach viewpoint. So I'm hoping that this Lam Luang beach, Lam Luang, I believe, LAEMLUANG, was again the spelling inside of Google Maps. That was hopefully that's going to be the closest sand here to Bangkok, and we'll see. I'm not expecting white powder, right? And then the one just south of that where I actually have been before, which is probably about a 45-minute drive north of Cha Am, is Chao Samran Beach. So I'm really excited about checking this out with Gracie. I did my first rental car in Thailand. I did a few videos from that, and I believe I rented it from Surat Thani, and then from there drove directly east to Nakhon Si Thammarat, and then cruise down that road that you may or may not have seen from other YouTube vloggers. It's very windy and it's gorgeous, and it's right there on the coast, and people it's so gorgeous that people literally just stop their car right in the middle of the street, and they take selfies on this road. Everyone just sort of slows down and drives by. None of this beeping. Hey, get out of my way, you silly tourists. It's I like it. I fit here, as I've mentioned to you guys before, but that whole part was really cool. The renting a car part was very easy. The customer service that I've experienced with car rentals, now again, the first time it was Hertz. This time it's with a company called Drive. And what I've discovered is that Drive it seems to be pretty well respected locally. So anyway, we shall see. And I hope that most of it we can sort of share. I haven't really been in the mood, as you may have guessed, to do a whole lot of videos. I've been working a lot, of course, on BKK.FM, but I've also been working a lot with Gracie on getting these papers here. So that's been time consuming. You had to have yours to renew your driver's license in Florida? Really? That's interesting. I need to get a driver's license in Florida stuck eventually, because I'm going to have my legal residence in Florida eventually. Not yet, but that's a long-term goal. Snickers and Coca-Cola for a road trip. Absolutely, dude. I completely agree. Yeah. Use a passport. Yeah. Well, as long as a federal issued identification, right? Can women drive cars? No, they don't allow. So what's funny about that hike is that if a woman wants to get married, she does not need a BPI clearance, which basically is NBI clearance, which is the equivalent of that's the Philippines FBI. But if you're a man, you need basically an NBI clearance because, of course, women don't commit crime in the Philippines. So I thought that was sort of interesting. I can absolutely hear you chopping away, honey. What are you making, by the way? Was that carrots? Mushroom. Oh, okay. You're going to make omelet kind of thing? Nice. Okay. So yeah, I agree, dude. I could there's very few foods that I need in my life. I could literally live off of fried rice, chicken fried rice, and these little pastry things. They're kind of like croissants, not really, that they make here, but there's a little hot dog in them, and then I could eat those for lunch every day and dip it in mustard. I could have a 3-in-1 for breakfast, and then I could have those hot dog things for lunch, and then I could eat chicken fried rice, and then I could eat fried chicken and sticky rice, and salads. Joe wants to know if you like cake. Cake, yes.
Flavor, urban or but it's not too sweet.
Okay, chocolate flavor, but it can't be too sweet. That's the thing that I think you've probably experienced with a lot of people here in Thailand, Southeast Asia. They don't like stuff as sweet as we like it in the United States.
They like sweet. I am just only weird.
Oh yeah, you're the only weird one, right? I found the only weird one from the Philippines. Yeah, right, exactly. I still don't get how you folded yourself up to get into the last rental. So I will tell you, dude, the Yaris that I got, the hatchback Yaris, I either had the seat all the way back or had it all the way back like -1 click. I mean, there was enough room in there. It was totally cool. In fact, one time I just like pulled over. I was at a parking lot right near a beach, and I put the seats all the way forward in the front. And I was in the back, and I opened up my laptop. I was either downloading photos or connecting or doing something like this, but I needed my laptop. I didn't need it, but I desired my laptop, and was using it from the back seat. And like I had my my legs straight out, so that was like kind of cool. Now again, of course, you don't normally drive around with the seats all the way forward unless you're a cab driver. But yeah, there was enough room in that one. This one, that's one that we tried? No, the last one that I rented when I was down in the Phuket. When I was down in Phuket, what's the last car you and I rented? The which one? Oh yeah. No, okay. That's what you were talking about, Chris. I'm sorry. Yeah, so the last one we rented was a novelty. The car is ridiculous. It's I mean, I'll tell you right now, like the golf cart I used to have on campus at USD, and Gracie and I had driven around before that had more shoulder room, that had more leg room, it had more, I mean, it was ridiculous. And so that was a golf cart. Now again, this was a car, right? So it had air conditioning, and the air conditioning worked quite well. It had electric windows. What's that? You want? No, thank you. No, I'm good. I don't need food. So it was it was kind of neat. I mean, again, it's got manual brakes, and of course it's also got regenerative braking, so that helps too the minute you take your hands off of the accelerator. And I know that sounds odd. Mike, you took your hands off of the accelerator in a car? Yep. The accelerator is 2 paddles. So you know how like you buy a decent enough sports car in the United States. I mean, shoot, my Acura's had the paddle shifters, but you get the shifters on the steering wheel, right? The paddles. It's more common now than it used to be, for sure. I mean, it's not really that expensive. I think Hyundais come with like paddle shifters. But the point is that those paddles in this vehicle were for acceleration, and they're on the left and the right, so that when you're turning, you can use both hands for acceleration and deceleration. And then there's one pedal on the floor, which is the manual brake. And it was I mean, it's a car that you're like, okay, I'm going to rent this for like couple hours and cruise. But even by the time that we got home, after because we drove it somewhere and then we walked around the ancient city, and there's plenty of videos on YouTube from the local guys that live here, as well as people that have traveled to Thailand and gone to Bangkok, and then cruised through the ancient city. It was kind of cool. It was only 30% open because of COVID, so we took a little electric tuk-tuk thing. The guy drove us around, and of course he didn't speak any English, and so he was giving us his tour guide in Thai. But he knew we didn't speak English, but nonetheless he would make statements. So he would look over there and he would say Ayutthaya, Ayutthaya, and then he would see Bangkok. I'm like, okay, I guess I get what you're saying. But he was a nice enough guy. 200 baht for me to get in, 700 baht for Gracie to get in because she was a tourist. So I mean, I don't usually complain about that. And again, it wasn't, it's not something that we'll do weekly. Otherwise, that would be kind of annoying. But they asked me for they asked for a job, but the first thing she asked me, a work permit. She said, if I have a work permit, then I, pay whatever. Or driver's license. I showed her my driver's license, and it was only 200 baht. But I mean, they're bankrupt. They're starving over there. There's nobody there. There's literally, there was one other couple, and we saw them, or there were a few other people scattered through, but for the most part, maybe 10 people in the whole place. Now, again, we were also there early in the morning, which was, which then got real. It wasn't super hot when we got there. It got super hot by the time we left. So that was pretty intense. Yeah, when we were leaving, there were some people showing up, but the point is that, we drove it for like 30 or 40 minutes, and then coming home, we maybe drove it for like an hour or something. And so all in, and then of course parking it there. The neat thing about Ancient City is in the parking lot, they actually have chargers, if you needed to charge your car. It's not free, but you could have charged it. But with this, it's like, it's just included in the price. You buy a certain amount of distance with the car, but it was 582 baht to rent it for an entire 24 hours. And if I had rented it for 6 hours, it would have been like 700 baht. So I'm like, okay, well, this is an easy win. And then I just took it back the following morning. But yeah, dude, it was, big time origami, human origami. It was, so we would move the seats. So how you say you move the seats all the way back in a normal car or whatever? Well, these seats, you move them all the way back because you can't move them back any further. In other words, the back of your seat is to the beginning, the bottom of the seat, of the back seats. There's zero room in the back for anything other than like my book, my backpack, and then they give you the massive charging cable. So there's this like 4-gauge wire that's back there with this massive connector, and so if you need to charge it, I guess you plug it into 220 or whatever if you can't find the charging station. But yeah, so that was an interesting. Hop is the name of the company, HAUP, and it was a fun little thing to do. But yeah, long term, even Dana and I were thinking about like renting that thing for an entire day. And then like driving all the way down to the water, which would have been anticlimactic for sure. And then drive it back. And maybe all in, we would have gone like 100 kilometers. But it's pretty brutal. He and I just drove it. I rented it one time and drove over to his place. And we did some video. Still haven't published that. But took some video of us just like cruising around. And then we ran around the neighborhood. He drove it a little. I drove it a little. And with both of us like shoulder to shoulder, it was very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable, dude.
Really? Did you drive it together?
Oh, yeah. No, it was impossible. It was because Gracie and I, it was almost impossible. Like she would like move over to the, it was. Basically. I was shoving her out the window, just like extending my shoulders. You prefer Thai chicken rice or the Singapore version? So I can't really speak to the Singapore version. We have been to Singapore and we've eaten in Singapore. But I don't have any memory of Singapore Thai chicken rice being any different. So unfortunately, I can't speak to that. Sorry, man. You're just incredibly, incredibly sweet, Matt. Big time, dude. Cake and candy for her and candy nuts and Tums for you. They said 14 days plus or minus till it gets there. That's great. So it'll be here. It'll be here by our wedding. Yeah, from Joe. Yeah. Thank you for the Tums, Joe. What was the one thing? Baby Ruth. That's impossible to buy over here. Snickers bar, if you guys don't know, it's the number one candy bar in the entire world. You can get that almost anywhere. Any 7-Eleven I ever went into in the Philippines, I can get a Snickers bar. I can get Gatorade. And that's a pretty easy win right there. So anyway, we just wanted to check in and say that, and I wanted to hopefully answer MetTech's question as far as like 3 to 4 day. I will give you some other recommendations for some 3 to 4 day outings for couples that I believe that we're going to do. Certainly, if you're like, let's say in Bangkok. If you're in Bangkok, like where do you go for like 3 or 4 days and like cruise back? So I haven't been up north. Many people have tried to convince me to go to Chiang Mai. There's no beach in Chiang Mai. So if I'm going to leave Bangkok and go somewhere, I'm going to a beach right now until I get sick and tired of going to beaches. Then maybe I'll go to Chiang Mai. But for us, one of the things that we're planning on doing, which I'll either move or we'll forfeit the ticket because it's part of AirAsia's pass. And thank you for coming by, Dave. I really appreciate it, buddy. What are you up to? Let's see here. Looking out for a live stream, everybody. Have a great day. Oh, you're going to do one? Oh, you'll be looking out for our live stream. Yeah. So that'd be cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. The ability to get down to Surat Thani and then from Surat Thani to get over to Dong Sak Pier, and then Dong Sak Pier, you pretty much either get to Koh Phangan or you get to Koh Samui. Those are 3 and 4 day trips that are totally awesome. In fact, some of my first trips down to those locations were my first trip to Krabi was 3 to 4 days, I think. Maybe longer. I know my first trip to Samui, I was like, wow, this place is totally awesome. I left. I came home. I think I came home in such a short amount of time and did my laundry. It's the only time I've ever used the dryer downstairs, and I needed 10 baht coins. It's the only time I've ever needed to like dry my clothes quickly because I was leaving again and heading back down to Surat Thani, and then van over to Dong Sak Pier, and then the the ferry over to Samui. And, I like places in Samui that a lot of people don't necessarily like. So, for example, I really like that area in Samui where you get off, and it's like the little town there right by the ferry. They have a really cool night market there with really good food, and I would go there several times. And so that was really cool. And just south of there is hey, Robin, good to see you, man. Enjoying the stream. I'm glad you are. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I know that the audio is imperfect. Let me see if I can get rid of a little bit of white noise there. That was Gracie's microphone turned up all the way. So right south of Samui is sorry, right south of is it Tongsala or is that Kopangan? I can't remember. Whatever the pier is in Samui where you land, okay? Right south of there is a very. Let me see. You know what I should do? I should do a screen share. Let me bring up Google Maps. And let's go together through a couple of places that I believe are a good 3 to 4 day. Excuse me. Let's go to let's talk about Samui because the world knows all about Samui, and in fact, many people will even. I know people that literally all they do is they fly into Samui. They spend their entire vacation there. And Naton Pier. Okay, so let me see if I can do this. Sure. Let me see if I can do this with any degree of competence. There we go. And if I do this, then let me make sure it is, well, oh, sorry, I forgot. That's how you do it. And then you turn it on. Ta-da! Okay. So, let me turn this. Here. And, get rid of the, whoops. Oh yeah, I got to turn that off. But then for me, it's kind of weird. I can't turn the chat. Whatever. So I'll go over to here. And so in Samui, right here where you would come in on the Naton Pier, I like this town right here, Naton town. That's like, it's, very cool. Then south of it, and obviously Google's like, hey, you stayed here before, dude, is Lipa Bay and Lipa Noi Beach right here. And I've stayed at Lipa Bay Resort several times. It is, let me see if I can tell you why I think it's awesome to stay there. Yes, this is the view from the beach. However, this is one of the rooms. This is the pool right in front of the restaurant. That actually was the bathtub that I had in my room, believe it or not. There's the restaurant. And so, yeah, so that was my room, and that's pretty much the view. And they didn't have buffets. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So that's literally the picture from, I wonder if I uploaded that. Anyway, that's a photo from September 2020, but that is literally the view from my room. I got it on the far back, and I think I know I wasn't paying 1,000 baht a night. And so I really like Lipa Bay. This beach, Lipa Bay Resort, this beach right here, I'm confident there's been some photos taken. So let's cruise up here and let me see if I can show you. Let's see if this one's going to be right in front of the Lipa Bay Resort. So yeah, oh shoot. So that is the, oh wow, look at you and your omelet. You put cheese in it. Good job. So let me see here if I can get down to the beach. A lot of times they don't have, but yeah. So anyway, so this beach is right south of, oh, and you know what? I did a live stream from this beach down here.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. I just want to make sure your microphone's on. From this beach down here. And this is basically like, you're not even 10 minutes away from, you're not even 10 minutes away from the pier. So let me go here. So let me speak. Okay, cool. So someone did take some pictures on the beach. Oh, actually, I did do a live stream right from here, right from in front of this rope swing. And I remember this one too. The tide was out a little bit further when I was there, but it was neat. Actually, I was like sitting there. That's exactly where I was sitting. I was sitting. Let's see. I was sitting right underneath these trees.
It's good.
So yes, this is a really good beach. It doesn't have much of an angle to it too, and also when the tide gets lower, it's a really good walking beach. So I'm excited to go there and share that with Gracie because I was there. I mean, it was one of those deals where I got up every single morning thinking I was going to leave, and then I stayed and stayed and stayed and stayed. I probably stayed at least 10 days in Samui when I thought I was only going to stay 3. It was outstanding. Now, there's another place for a 3 to 4 day jaunt. This part of the island was okay. So this is a more sort of popular spot only because it's like right from the airport, and then you can get over to the area of Chawang, which of course is ridiculously popular and overpopulated. But so right here, that's Chawang. So south, I believe, of Chawang is this place right here. Is this little sort of inlet right here, which is Crystal Bay. And I stayed at Crystal Bay Yacht Club. There is no yacht club there, even though there is a yacht club in Samui. It's a small one, I think, in Samui. There's definitely a couple of them in Phuket, but so this was a nice place. This is Crystal Bay. That was a really cool place.
We can stay there.
And then, yeah, no, absolutely. Believe me, it was. Let's see, and it wasn't on the. I showed you pictures of it. Actually, I stayed at the. Let's see, Crystal Bay Yacht Club. It was right on the beach, and it was just amazing. That's Crystal Bay.
Are we gonna go there?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna go to Samui because we're gonna go to Koh Phangan. We're gonna go to Samui. That was really nice too. So I used to, and Lamai Beach is also it's very popular, but it's also it's certainly less populated than Chawang. Although to be fair, Chawang Beach right now is empty because of course this is good. It's COVID. Good. You like your omelet? Yeah. So this is a nice beach too. It's a good walking beach.
Yeah, I put cheese in it.
Good job. So I like that one a whole lot. And then let's go to Koh Phangan because I want to show you guys what I really, really love about the place I love in Koh Phangan. Koh Phangan, for me, where the ferry comes in, is pretty. It's uneventful for me, and so like right here is fine. And I usually will walk from the pier, and I'll like rent a motorbike at some point around here. What we will do, actually, is because it's just a walking distance, is I stayed, and we will stay. It's called Dreamville. It's right up the street, right here. You can probably see it right there. And it's within walking distance from the pier. And so it's very easy. You just walk in up and to the left, and you stay there. It's very inexpensive, and it's really cool. I have yet, every single time I've stayed there, I've been the only person there. It's got these little bungalows right here. They all pretty much look like this. They're very nice and comfortable. That was my room, like right there to the left, right in front of the beach, right in front of the pool. The bathroom's a little dated, but it's okay. This is a restaurant that was closed. Yeah, so this is the restaurant. This would be basically a picture if you were taking a picture from like standing next to the pool. This is the place that I was staying right here, right in front, and then you just walk on. And there's a lot more greenery, actually, than is in this picture. This picture's from 2012. The plants have grown since then. And then there's, anyway, yeah. So like literally these steps right here, you walked it, that was like my room. And so it's like 700 baht. It's within walking distance, and it's nice to be able to stay there, especially when you get on the 5 a.m. boat. And the 5 a.m. boat is, I think,
never been there, right?
No, we've never been there, unfortunately, together. So I'm really excited to. And then let me show you the final place that will be the picture that will be the place rather that we're going to take some, in air quotes, wedding photos. It will be a place where we will take some pictures and show them to my mom. And it is all the way towards the end here. Technically, this is an island, Koh Ma, and but no one stays there. It's just basically like a rock full of bushes.
It's empty.
But
maybe we can hike there.
But we absolutely can hike there, and I have, and it's gorgeous. And it's a very small beach, and this is.
I'm gonna bring my Hamidan Mountainer shirt.
Yeah, you bring your Hamidan Mountain right there. So here's what's crazy. This picture taken right here by Google was done it was done in September of 2015. So I get it. September is low season. But this place right here is an Instagram. I mean, everybody takes Instagram photos from this beach, and it's rarely empty like this. It's incredibly cool. And so let me cruise down here. It looks like someone actually walked all the way down. Some Google person walked all the way down the beach. It was not even this busy when I was there. And normally this beach is packed. So let me walk down to the place where we're going to stay, where I just thought to myself, okay, we're going to stay here and we're going to take photos on the beach. And there's going to be these bitchin'. Yeah. So when we're there, so these won't be here. But like when the sun sets over this, it is just so awesome. And I thought, you know what, dude, this is going to be the coolest place for some photos in our wedding attire. And so that's Kopangan, and that is Koma, and that is Mehad. This little, see the place right here? This place, or maybe you can't see it. I think it's zoom in. That little restaurant right there. So, okay, so where this guy is standing, so right behind him, off to his right, our left in the photo here.
Yeah.
See those doors right there?
Yeah.
That was the place that I rented for like 700 baht a night. It's literally like right on the beach. It's freaking awesome. And then I would eat here. The sunset was here. So anyway, so that's another really great place. Easily 3 to 4 days. And also being there 3 to 4 days, back to MetTech's question, it's very enjoyable, at least for me. So yeah, so those are just a couple that I hope added value to you guys. And I'll get to some of your questions here. And then, yeah, for our honeymoon. So, yeah, so as Joe will hopefully, he'll back me up on this, is that I'm like, we're going to be on our honeymoon for at least 20 years. Joe thinks we can do it for 30.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah, if I say so. So there you go. So as long as I say so, then we're good. So yeah, so we're going to have a long honeymoon. So that was, yeah, so those are a few places that I highly recommend. How's it compared to beautiful El Nido? So
have you been to El Nido?
we went to El Nido to buy the generator. Remember? The generator that we bought to bring to the house?
Yeah.
Yeah. So El Nido wasn't awesome. But again, we didn't stay there. We just drove through there.
We don't go and stay at the beach.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't go. We didn't stay at the beach. Yeah. We were at the little town, and we were basically getting supplies.
Yeah, because we went and stay in our, little island.
Our own island.
Our island.
Yeah, our island. She didn't like that at all. I thought it was cool. I can completely understand, though, why she didn't particularly like it.
I'm the only girl.
You're the only girl. But to be fair, I mean, the Filipinos that were there, the caretakers, 2 of them looked like girls. One of them was wicked gay.
Yeah, they're gay, yeah.
So, I mean, I wasn't too worried about them harming us. Not that homosexual men cannot be buff or not be strong. But point is that I wasn't too worried about my safety, that's for sure. Yeah, so definitely. And loved it. Can't wait to go back. Now, there are parts of Samui that I'm just like, oh my God, this is lame. Even during COVID, like there's traffic. Because, I mean, there's people that, so Samui's big enough where there's like people that live there. And they don't necessarily depend upon the tourists to come there, foreign tourists to come there for them to generate revenue for their families. But it was, I mean, yeah, there was traffic. I mean, again, it was 2 lanes, right, in each direction. And there was like traffic. Kind of like if you've ever been to Phuket, and you're cruising basically from like Patong up north to Kamala. There's always traffic on that road. And especially where it goes from like 2 lanes to 1 lane and it goes up over the hill and then down. That can be a little bit, that'll be a little bit annoying. But that's cool, Mariano. I'm stoked for you to come back here, dude, for us to like hang out. Yeah, Koh Yanoi. So those are 2 big islands, basically, right? In between Phuket and Krabi, and it's definitely on the list, but it's not on the list. Oh, see, now Joe thinks we can go 35 years, 35-year honeymoon. All right, up top.
Mm-hmm. We can go 50.
You got to make the noise.
I'm eating. I'm
make the noise. Commit. Good job. Okay, fair enough.
And it tastes good. You're gonna regret you don't try it.
I rarely regret not eating. That's the big difference, I think, between you and me. Like, I do not care about food. I eat to live. That is you live to eat. I mean, yeah. Well, and it's like a social thing too. I mean, it's what your family does together. When you guys celebrate, They take pictures, they take selfies of them and family members and of the food. They always post pictures of plates of food. I know, but it's not necessarily what is done, certainly in my custom.
It's happy memory.
I mean, I guess during Thanksgiving, right, guys, we would probably take pictures of the spread.
And we don't really like do party every year.
You don't?
No, we don't really.
Birthday?
Maybe we just like
you guys
buy cakes. Yeah.
But you have a big celebration every New Year's. Although it's not so much food there at the church. It's just more of a get-together celebration.
It's just a get-together. You need to, like, make food. You need to prepare for...
Is there a potluck?
It's your... Huh?
Do people, everyone brings food to that?
In the church?
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends. It depends actually on the pastor or minister. You know how you do it. But before, we always, like... We contribute and then we decided, okay, so what we're gonna make for food. So it depends how long the party.
I was only there 1 year, right?
We've been there 2 years already of New Year, I guess.
Yeah, but the first time the rain was so intense, we didn't even go to the church.
Yeah, we didn't even go to the church.
In fact, I didn't even know if they had... Well, no, because Eureka
had a party,
but she got super wet, obviously.
Yeah.
It was no fun. Well, maybe she had fun. She probably did. I would not have been. But it was cold. You ever want to get cold in the Philippines, just go up into the mountains in the winter.
December, yeah.
Oof, not for me.
But in our family, really, like in the house, yeah, of course, you need to prepare. For example, like, okay, so my dad is preparing for one pig to slaughter and to cook for New Year just for us family to...
Yeah, for family, yeah.
Yeah. And even if we do have a party in the church, even if there's food in the church, we still have our own.
When we do the wedding, is it just going to everything be at the farm, or is it also going to be at the church down the path?
In the house.
Everything's at the house. That's cool. That'll be good.
Of course, it's gonna be like my mom. You know, you saw my mom's, like birthday.
Yeah, her birthday there. Yeah, I'm gonna miss Bucknoy.
Yeah,
Bucknoy is
Bucknoy is gone.
Yeah, it was the he or she, right?
Yeah, he.
He was the Carabao, and he was cool. It's weird. I mean, he's like a machine. Obviously, you use him to like plow the fields. But I
guess Buknoy is still in the house.
What?
Oh, no.
How many Boracay? How many?
I don't have any anymore.
Does Benji?
Yeah, Benji has.
How many?
Maybe 2. Dad got 1 now.
2 Carabao. Your dad has. Doesn't your dad has a habit of letting them die though?
It's not the intention.
No, I understand, but he forgets to feed them or do something. They put the string around their neck and they kill themselves unintentionally too.
Yeah,
it's just kind of weird.
It just like roll up from the mountain to, You
did the
going down from the mountain.
Oh yeah. The rice fields kind of thing, yeah, right? I'm just gonna check messages, guys.
Why? The audio is not working?
No. I just want to make sure. Yeah, Mariano's. Yeah. Mariano's the jam.
I always send us a message when things are good in our life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you've been on honeymoon for a long.
Why? What did he say here?
I cannot finish my food.
Have my favorites yet. No food is particularly important. There are a few items that I intensely dislike. So regarding food, disliking is more important. Yeah, I would say that's true. Like, I don't particularly like... Well, so I don't like onions. I hate raw onions. And in fact, cooking onions gives me a big headache. Cooking garlic gives me a big headache too. So that's a drag. I mean, but again, I have buddies that are like allergic to strawberries. I'm not. I like strawberries. So yeah, we've all got our thing. I mean, I like things that are designed to taste good, right? So in other words, I like McDonald's hamburgers because there's fat and there's sugar and they're designed to taste good. There's onion in it. And then there's, I don't particularly like the onions part.
But you don't smell it.
Yeah.
Because,
This is not tasteless, or it is tasteless. But like grilled onions, I really like grilled onions. I just don't like the smell that occurs to make them grilled. But I mean, I like pizza, and I like the things that taste good. I like donuts. I like but I don't particularly.
I don't like donuts.
Decent, I mean, steaks. Like we used to treat ourselves in the United States when I was over there. We used to treat ourselves to. In San Diego, unless you're from San Diego, you wouldn't know. But Donovan's was the name of this one steak place. Donovan's, yeah. And then Ruth's Chris is a fairly well-known sort of chain for good steaks in San Diego. Sorry, in the United States.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. But Donovan's, to give you an idea of how ridiculous Donovan's was, when you're sitting there, you get 5 waiters. So you have a waiter that brings your food. You have a waiter that brings your water. You have a water waiter. Make sure that your water is always topped up. You have a dessert waiter, and their goal is to make sure that your dessert that you get is paired appropriately with steak. And I'm like, dude, I just ate steak. Like,
I like steak.
Anything pairs with steak afterwards, because you're either stuffed because you ate too much steak. But it was a la carte, and they would have like these amazing potatoes au gratin and then like asparagus and stuff. It was great. But it was a minimum of $150 a person, right, to eat there. And but at the time, I mean, I went there. Sometimes I would go there 1 and 2 times a month because I would either be there with clients. Some of them were my clients, or I would be the client if I was there, like on Dell's dime or something like that. But yeah, I just saw Vegemite. But yeah, I love peanut butter and jelly. Yeah, I don't particularly like onions. But how do I feel about Vegemite? I vaguely recall trying it once before. I certainly don't remember having a good memory of it, and so there's zero plan for me to go all Vegemite on anything. I've never even bothered buying it. Let's see. I've had Nutella, right? I bought, and because it's like mildly popular, I guess. I don't particularly like it. It's okay, but I just prefer like regular peanut butter.
But you buy Nutella and it's expired.
But I bought it. Yeah, it's probably expired by now. Yeah. Wolfgang steak. So what? Wolfgang Puck. Wolfgang Puck became a very visible chain. Certainly, they have a number of them in Vegas, and Spago, of course, being his more famous restaurant where he got his name, and then the Wolfgang Puck brand went to another couple of places, and then I guess he has pizza, but I don't know if I've ever had a Wolfgang steak. It's an interesting question. Okay. I should have brought like a mouse way back here, but
okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
Mahal na. What does that mean? What is that? I don't even.
Is mahal na greasy na pansin ng sa local na fermented pato itlog kumpara sa
fermented what? Fish? Is that Tagalog?
Yeah, it's Tagalog, but it's not really the right grammar. So it's hard to understand.
Is it Visayan?
No, it's Tagalog, but I'm sure he used the Google.
Oh, Google Translate. Yeah, Google Translate's not really great with Tagalog, I've found, because they don't even call it Tagalog; they call it Filipino.
Mahal na greasy. It means like, how can I?
Like hi, Gracie?
Mahal is.
Mahal Kita is like I love you, right?
Yeah.
So what's Mahal?
Mahal na Gracie is like love Gracie is kind of like that.
Okay. Hey Gracie, hey my love, like you would say it like.
It's not my love because it doesn't say my.
Okay.
Or kita. So
or kita, yeah.
Or mahal kita, it's I love you.
Right. So I know that because I'm awesome.
It's just like I noticed the local fermented pato itlog. So I guess that's the salted egg.
Salted egg.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kumpara sa bahay. What? Compare to the house.
That's the literal translation of that, compared to the house?
Yeah, I don't understand. So maybe he's talking about compare the fermented egg compared to maybe my egg that I cook. Whatever.
Oh, like a hard-boiled egg.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay. Go Wolfgang Steakhouse, New York, Los Angeles, Hawaii. Yeah. Hawaii, where in Hawaii? Maui?
Google Translation is not good.
No, Google Translation is decent, like with Thai, like you can make it. But man, with Tagalog, it's really bad. Like every time I would use Facebook's translation too, for like some Tagalog thing that was posted in Facebook, it's horrible. I don't know why they have such a problem with it. I mean, it's like being able to translate Spanish, for God's sake. It's simple, man. So I don't know why their algorithm is just so lousy at that. Oh, okay, cool. So I get it. So that's why here's what he said. Dear Gracie, noticed any difference in the local fermented duck eggs compared with back home? So that's why I can see why. Oh, the Google translation, that's horrible. So yeah, instead of Dear Gracie, it's like, my love Gracie. Yeah, versus just the court. Yeah.
So actually, the we also have like fermented duck eggs at home. Actually, in the Philippines, but I never tried their fermented egg here. It's salted. Actually, we like it for like breakfast. If you don't have appetite to eat, so you just like open it, slice it, and then mix it with tomato.
Is it hard boiled?
Yes, it's hard boiled. Yeah, but it's salted. So
like really salty, because I know like
yes, it is
like really that salty, like the salty that I don't like salty.
But the egg yolk, the yellow, it's good.
Okay.
But you must eat it with tomato, sliced tomato.
Yeah, we haven't even. So we haven't had that here.
No.
Yeah, so that's
I
what
never tried. Yeah.
What would it look like? Would it be one of those? I told you
there is like pink.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's their fermented. So because in the Philippines, it's kind of pink or kind of purple.
Oh.
So the colored one actually is the fermented egg.
The pink ones.
The pink one, yeah. But it's actually already hard boiled egg. I don't know how they fermented it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I would try. I would love to try one.
Well, maybe the big market down here doesn't suck. Oh, wait, what's going on? Rafe, thank you, dude. Thank you so much. I mean, they like swings. Now, hold on.
What's Rafe?
How come it didn't go bling? That's kind of lame.
It doesn't sound. Oh, my God, thank you.
Oh, I was going to say, what up, technology? Kiss my... Thank you very much, Reef. That's great. I'm glad it acknowledged you. Usually they would make the noise before I would see that beforehand. So that's really cool. Aztec, oh my God, long time, buddy. I hope you're well. Thank you so much. Here's what's funny about Aztec. I had probably one of the longest conversations I ever had with Aztec when I was sitting on that beach in Kopangan. When I was on Coma there. Yeah, I was just chatting with him and stuff. It was basically around, interestingly enough, it was around monetizing your YouTube channel pretty much. But again, I don't monetize. If you guys don't know, I've turned off monetization. It's just too much of a pain in the ass. I let the super chats in.
Smoothie.
Really cool. Yeah, so we got smoothies now. I'm stoked, man. This is great. I love smoothies. Yeah, man, that's really cool. Thank you for coming by. It's really neat. I love you guys when you come by. All of you. Reef, Aztec, Joe, Mariano.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I pronounce this correctly.
What?
Amazikan Bodo?
Imasikan Bodo.
Imasikan Bodo. Amazikan Bodo. Yeah, okay. Does that mean something? Is it like a nickname in the Philippines or something?
Is he Filipino?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
His name sounds like Arabic.
Okay.
Arabic or 80.
Yeah, maybe.
Europe country, whatever.
I'm trying to remember the guys. I think it was like Ezekiel or something. There was a guy.
Ziki?
I left. You know that black bag that I have that I keep like my chargers in and stuff?
Yeah.
I left that on the sidewalk in Patong Beach in Phuket.
Oh.
Drove away, had breakfast, like 2 hours. What's this? She's looking at porn.
No, it's not porn. I'm just like looking how can she do the shape.
And I drove back like 2 hours later, and there was a guy, Thai guy. He had found my thing and included my phone, right? And my charger and everything. So he opens the phone, turns the phone on, posts on his Facebook, and messages me from my Facebook on my phone. I've got your bag. I'm like, dude, you're amazing. Anyway, his name was like Ezekiel or Bodo or something like that. For some reason, it reminds me.
Oh,
that was so cool. But like Patong Beach, dude.
Yeah. Okay. So I remember, like, I guess like 2 to 3 days ago, one of like my old friend, childhood in the farm.
Mm-hmm.
She is in Saudi, I guess, right now.
Oh, okay.
And she left her phone somewhere, I guess, like in a mall. And then there's a guy, I guess a guy pick it up and post on her Facebook wall.
Found your...
Yeah. I got your phone. So if anyone knows this person, I got her phone. So just contact her and we will meet in this.
That's awesome. Yeah. Nice. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, I don't know anything about Saudi Arabia. I know that there's obviously a portion that is incredibly wealthy, the one that's talked about. And then there's probably the majority, unfortunately, of people that like really can, they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Kind of like in Singapore, tons of wealth in Singapore. But then there's also this culture of, folks that are just workers there that don't make a whole lot of money. So oh, shit. Thank you.
What?
Check my phone. Joe said to check my phone. Yeah, that's the one thing that doesn't show up, actually, Joe. And thank you very much for that. Because look at that. Joe bought us a smoothie up top, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. You always
35 years. That's why we're going to do 35 years. Look at that. There you go.
Of smoothie.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
That's very cool, buddy. Thank you so much. And just the reason I show PayPal is because it goes directly into PayPal. The full $5. Just so you know, that's the cool thing about buying me a coffee is it's like you set you $5 smoothie money for you guys. That's outstanding. So yeah, so now we got $15. $15 in smoothies. That's gonna be amazing.
Coconut smoothie.
I like coconut. That'll feed us for the whole day. Once we get in the car, we go to the first place. So this is what we'll do, guys. If nothing else, follow us on Facebook. We don't have Instagram, but maybe we should get an Instagram. But
I have Instagram.
Yeah, but you don't use it. You don't post to it, do you? So do I, but I don't use it. Yeah, I don't use it really.
Before I got like 5,000 something, it's like
followers
there. But then
how many?
I am in a relationship with you. They're gone. I guess I got like 400 left.
I fully support that. I am all about that. That's great. All these guys are like,
I guess when I'm
not going to follow this chick anymore.
When I'm married,
she's off the market.
I have the followers.
Good. Just as I planned it. Absolutely. I'm going to staple you to my body. Nobody gets any.
That.
Wow. Okay, so what was it? 2 days ago, you hit 10,000 on TikTok, right? 3 days ago, 2 days ago, something like that. Before the weekend, let's say. Right now, she has 11.1 thousand. 11,100 followers on Gracie Laquatsera on TikTok. Yeah. Now, how often do you upload a video?
I don't. I guess this was like the last time, May 30.
May 30th, okay.
And I got just like 660 views and 18 shares.
Now, I have over 4,000, right? On bkk.fm?
I guess, yeah.
Over 4,000. And the last time I uploaded a video was...
BKK. You get 42, yeah.
4,298 followers on bkk.fm if you want to follow me on TikTok. I'm actually going to start doing something on there, believe it or not. I swear to God. Oh, wait, hold on. What's this? This is good. I get to know. You sent over by Kundana. Oh!
What?
Amaza Kambodo was sent over by Dana. Dana sent us over. But again...
That's a song.
What?
It's a song.
Oh, the translation, there's a song? Okay. Hey, thank you. Anyway, Joe, thanks a lot, man. I really, really appreciate it. That's really generous of you. Also, Gracie and Mike. Hey, Patrick. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. When I type to live stream, the audio continues, but the video goes to black screen. Is that peculiar on my phone? You're talking about my current live stream? That's weird. If I refresh us on YouTube and take a look.
Yes, YouTube, it's fine.
Yeah, it looks okay on YouTube. The video quality initially is lousy, which I'm not pleased with. But then after a while, it seems like for whatever reason, YouTube, at least when I'm watching it, needs to cache.
So I guess it's fine, right?
Yeah, you're watching. It looks good to me too. So anyway, so maybe it's just peculiar with use. I mean, I know this is going to sound silly, dude, but turn it off, turn it back on again. For whatever reason, that seems to like always fix my phone. Which is kind of weird. Anyway, so that's cool. So what does this song say in general?
Okay, so kailangan ba na magwakas itong
pag-ibig? So it means does it need the love to end? Maybe tomorrow you are not by my side. You don't it's kind of a question. You don't remember about our past. what are we doing in our,
Well, this person must be Thai. I don't know anyone other than a Thai person that says kun.
Yeah, if you don't remember our past, that it's it's so happy, saya. It's
okay.
sweet.
Okay.
Just that, yeah. You want me to sing it?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It's a guy song.
It's a guy song. All right. Yeah, look at that. BKK.FM. 4298. How cool is that?
Joe,
that's I got TikTok,
I got like 6,000 in my US account, 6,040 or something.
We gotta, and so the goal with the YouTube, the TikTok in the US was monetization potentially, right?
Yeah. I'm sad that I don't have like monetization in my Bangkok account. This is a Bangkok account.
Your Bangkok, your Gracie Lacotsera.
So my other thing, my US account is just 6,000.
You have 6,000 followers for your US account. Yeah, but again, how do you monetize stuff like? I mean, I guess
I don't know.
Google it. I'm sure there's a ton of YouTube videos on this is how you monetize your TikTok account.
Yeah, they always send just like, oh, congratulations,
yeah,
you have like 97%.
Whoa, what do we got going on now, dude? This is yeah. The TikTok for Live My Ass Off was set there for technical use only. It's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna wait, Chris, until this. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now we got some acknowledgement. There's a little bit of a delay, but I'm cool with it.
Oh.
Dr. Rodney, cute couple, another care package to get out. Hugs and smoothies to you both. Thank you very much, Chris. You're awesome, buddy. I appreciate it. Hey,
I like coconut smoothie.
I do. Yeah, they're good. I like the mango smoothies, but coconut's good too. But before you hang up, Chris, I'm expecting a new BKK.FM logo. He sent me this like swirling earth, but it only turns like it turns and then stops. He's supposed to make an image where the globe spins continuously. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm looking forward to that, buddy. In fact, I'll give you $5 US, not 5 Aussie dollars. I'll give you $5 US if you fix that. There you go. See what I just did? That's a good sound. Right? And you laugh like that. I don't laugh like that much, but I'm a pig. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a lechon.
You're lechon.
This is great. God, $20. My God, that's like a tank of gas, isn't it? Well, maybe not. I guess we'll find out.
Hello, cousin. Hello, my beautiful cousin, Genevieve Silvestri.
More people watching. How many people you got watching?
She's the one that in Dubai.
Oh, okay. Is she the one that lost her phone recently? That one?
No.
A different one. Got it. Okay. We have to decide. See, the cool thing about this rental car too is that we have a trunk, right? So, like, I'm going to bring my laptop, obviously, but I'm also going to bring like one of these soft boxes for lighting. Maybe we should bring these microphones. What do you think?
No.
Okay, that was pretty definite. You're pretty. You're pretty certain that we're not bringing these microphones.
We're not gonna go on vacation to do the live stream, duh.
We may go to the beach, duh.
We can do live without the microphone.
Well, we could get better quality with the microphones.
Who cares?
Everybody.
All we need is just the view
of the beach. Okay, fair enough. All right. And maybe. What if you wanted to sing? What if you wanted to sing that song? Singing. Okay, yeah. Good.
Fair enough.
Yeah, singing in the CR. That's what we'll do. I'll just dangle the microphone over the shower and sing in the CR. On its way, far better than the last. No smoothie money ever required, Stacey. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Hold on. Here we go. Ready? Wow. See, she does this every time. People wonder, like, how come you're dating a truck driver? And I'm like, well, she was pretty skilled at the 16 speed. And so, yeah. Yeah, if you physically hide yourself, no one will have heard the burp. That's why you don't want to bring the microphones, because you don't want the audio sensitivity.
Honey, it's your fart.
Yes, exactly. There you go. Yeah, that didn't take too long for you to blame me on that one. See, yeah, that's what's happening right now. My God.
Peace.
Absolutely. Indeed. Yeah, thank you, Chris. You're great, dude. You are great, buddy. Thank you so much for the support you give BKK.FM too. Okay. I genuinely appreciate that.
I miss karaoke nights. Araw at gabi, ikaw ang hinahanap. Araw at gabi, ikaw ang hinahanap.
And did you just burp? Are you burping right now?
I'm singing.
Oh, same.
Why did you know this song? Where did you get it? Now I'm curious.
Is that correct Tagalog up there? Or is that like
yes, it's correct Tagalog because it's a lyric song.
Oh, so maybe they're copying and pasting the lyrics. Yeah, versus doing Google Translate. Yeah, because the Google Translate thing, that is frustrating. Very frustrating.
I like that song. It's I guess it's 80s, 90s something. I guess it's 90s.
90s Filipino song.
90s song, yeah.
Where do you listen? Oh, look, we're getting hearts over there on the book on Facebook.
Sorry.
Unless you didn't burp again.
What?
What?
Where did I listen or what? Before?
How do you find new music in the Philippines? Do you listen to the radio? I know you don't listen to the radio.
Before?
Yeah.
Before, yeah, we're listening to the radio. Like we buy tapes.
Oh, okay. Like in the market?
Tapes, yeah.
Yeah. And then CDs. Yeah. But now
just in YouTube.
YouTube? Yeah. That makes sense.
Of course, in YouTube. And there's also like free music so you can download.
But you don't use Spotify?
I don't know what's that.
Yeah, I didn't think you used that. Spotify is incredibly popular in the United States. Certainly, it's also popular in the other parts of the world, but definitely in the United States, it's popular.
So I like English songs, actually.
You like BKK.FM. Well, actually, you like the songs better on Kiss, the other station. Remember the other station that I put up?
Kiss.
Yeah, from Pattaya, where we still need to go down there, and I need to talk to that guy.
Yeah, soon after our marriage.
Yeah, actually that would be another trip for us to go on the east side, go all the way down, stop at Pattaya, talk to this guy. I could get my silly new ATM card, and then we could keep going further because south of Rayong, I definitely want to check that out and go over to Koh Chang, which is another cool island. It's bigger than Koh Si Chang.
Cutting my hair.
Yeah,
is he cutting his hair?
I guess
you're cutting your hair like this, shiny.
Like shaving. My dad cuts his own hair actually in the mirror. Yeah.
I can cut my hair.
Maybe. I don't know what the result would be. I know when I tried to cut your hair, it's like
I never done it, but I guess I can do it like that, or I can do it like that, and then hold it in it.
No, you'd never cut that much off.
Why?
Because then we wouldn't be married any longer.
Whoa.
Hey, how you doing? So just throwing it out there, putting a little bit of boundary around that. All right, so let's see. So it is what time is it right now? Oh, it's 10 o'clock. I think that was a good time to stop. Yeah. So we pretty much did a lot of our packing yesterday, clothing wise for sure. Yeah, so I'm gonna pack all this stuff up.
This thing.
I'm gonna take one of this.
The light.
I'm gonna take one light.
You're gonna bring your microphone?
I kind of want to.
We don't need to do the live stream actually. Like we can do live on the beach, but we don't need a microphone. We don't need the light because we have so much sunlight.
You think there'll be sunlight?
Yes, of course.
All right, that's fair.
We don't need to
take that.
Yeah.
So we'll just bring the phones.
We're not gonna do the indoor streaming. We can always do it.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, if it rains, then I'll just be excited to stay home and watch the rain. Plus, it'll be 100 degrees and raining. So
I know.
Guys, stay safe. Don't run away too far. It's going to be nice hanging out after. Yeah, absolutely. That'll be really cool. All right. Well, so with that, it's Mike's.
Gracie
from livemyassoff.com saying, I hope you are living the dream. Because if you're not living the dream,
you're doing it wrong.
Say it much closer. If you're not living the dream,
you're doing it wrong.
Boom.
Stay with me. Not with him.
Not with him.
Just with me.
Love you guys.